That's not fairy music. The heck? Hello folks, welcome back. For I'm the one, I'm the only, I am Hobo Tom. This is fairy music. Ole, 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 ole. He will bring your city down. Ole, ole, ole. That's probably Celtic music. Yeah, not metal banshee music. Yes, it's that kind of unique video time again. I have not been out to the movies in a while. So, that and I haven't had a date in a while. So I combined the two. I had a date and a movie. And she is one of the sweetest, kindest, calmest, soothing women I've ever met. So, yep. Check out our little trip, my little trip, to the movie theater. Hello folks, welcome back. For I'm the one, I'm the only, I am Hobo Tom. And I even have my white pants on, see? My white pants are way comfy. I might be showing you guys too much. Yes, I'm on my way to first date and having a while. I'm all dressed up, somewhere to go. Again, I'm not wearing my normal t-shirt and stuff because, again, gentlemen always dress to impress. I have the illegal movie candies, and because she has 2 dogs and one of her dogs had a birthday, there's the little thing of dog treats for her puppy dogs. Always impress the ladies. Make one more stop before I see her. Hopefully I'll get some images of her for you guys to check out. Also, I have to get flowers. Flowers are very important on a date. Because remember, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. I'll see everyone later. Bye. Yeah, I just like to see what's coming soon. Despicable Me, Horizons, Twisters. Which one? Despicable Me? Okay. Super. July 3rd. That sounds like a July 4th movie.
Oh,
the real exorcism.
Awesome. It's kind of like The Exorcist happened on a Jay Leno or the Letterman show or something, or Carson's show.
Okay.
It's really
What looks good to you?
Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
That looks good. And you want to see Despicable Me.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about Venom.
Oh, you have her?
Yeah. I'm shocked. They actually checked your purse.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. I went to the movies. I went to go see The Washers. And actually, I was kind of impressed. Again, the Cobb Theater. Well, they still say Cobb Theater. Also known as the CMX Theater. Again, check out that price. Most importantly, $7.44 for a movie. Tuesday matinees, best value ever. So, yeah, I might keep this ticket. I don't know. I have the other one. Yep. You go in. It's a dustbin. Yes, I'm going to talk about The Washers. Before I get to the movie, check out these previews.
Yeah, in St. Pete, I always got Bentley to the movie theater.
I know.
You're the man in charge.
I'm John. This is our family.
Who's the good-looking guy over at the pool table?
I'm Benny.
Hello?
Me?
I feel that you're quite brilliantly broken.
You treat like my person.
You feel like my buzz.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
I saw things.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Lady Raven.
Hurry, come on!
Wait! You got
time I shoot.
No, dad jokes. This is serious. Come on.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Dad, thank you. Thank you. This is literally the best day of my life.
That looks like the Oompas.
Some interesting movies coming out. You have The Trap, which sets up a serial killer. Stay Quiet. I think that looks really good. It's kind of that alien sci-fi horror vibe, which is good. They didn't have a Borderlands. And they, of course, had Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Yep, that's coming out soon. And she wants to see Despicable Me 4. That's coming out for the 4th of July. So yes, I'm definitely going to find time to see that movie with her. Again, she is a beautiful, amazing, kind, calming, soothing, charming, lovely woman. Yes. That you should always leave your pants on for. Put those away, I think. Yep. So a little bit about The Watchers. Let's see a quick little intro clip.
There is a forest in the west of Ireland that does not appear on any map. They say it draws in lost souls, like moths to a flame. No one can say exactly what lies inside.
I was shocked. I'm not. This movie, The Watchers by M. Night Shyamalan, not necessarily a huge fan, but I'll tell you what, it's growing on me. And as I'm maturing, expanding my taste, as you can tell, I'm not wearing a typical t-shirt. I have my nice, fancy, multicolored date shirt on. And again, I had on white pants, so don't you folks worry about that. Yep, I've learned that I do have to wear pants when I go outside. That still makes me laugh. But yes, to get back to the movie, I found it interesting mainly because it dealt a little bit more so with Irish folklore and the fact that they're talking about fairies, spelled F. I think the Irish spell it F-E-A-E-R-I-E-S. It's not like your Tinkerbell, like American fairy of F-A-I-R-Y. I spell it F-A-E-R-I-E-S, and kind of the more Old English version of it. It's one of those words where it seems like there's a dozen ways to spell it. So I'll get off the linguistics of it. But it had to deal with the Irish mythology of fairies and how fairies are not necessarily the best creatures. This has it more in line with, if you've seen the Hellboy, where the fairies, wood elves have been banished, as I guess being human centric, as I am, by humans. Yep, they're sent to live underground. At one time, fairies and humans did live together, but now they were banished underground. They became dark, not used to things of the light, with exception, which I'll get to. So the movie starts off, as you saw in the little preview, guy wandering in the woods. I did not realize that Ireland was as forested as to make the movie out to be. Again, I think of Ireland, I think of villages and sheep pastures. I know Germany, I don't even know if they have the soil type for like big forests like that. or if they were heavily deforested during the times of the Romans, or if it's just in different sections, or if I'm just being an ignorant American. Who knows? So, again, they talked about the deforestation a little bit. There's always some environment, there's always some news topic there. But guy goes hiking in the woods. He sees the point of no return number 108. That means, I guess, he only has half a day to go back to his shelter, but he has no idea where he is. He's hiking, and he gets taken away by the Watchers, also known as the fairies. So we go back again, probably pretty modern day, I'll say. See a woman vaping in a pet store. Not very happy. Again, kind of that depressed American in Ireland, just found first job she could. She is tasked with bringing a canary to a zoo, which is odd because the canary never made it to the zoo. In fact, she probably lost her job due to job abandonment. But I'll get to that in a bit. Then, so she's tasked with taking said canary to a zoo. So she goes out, parties, dresses up, and takes on the alter ego of American woman in Ireland. Next day, she jumps in her, I think it looks like a Jeep Liberty, almost. A really small Jeep version. Again, driving on the wrong side of the road, as far as I'm concerned. Steering wheel's on the wrong side. Yep, she drives off to the zoo. So to go to the zoo, she has to go through this forest. Now, this forest has magical properties, and I know there are places in the world that are these mythical forests. Here in the U.S., you have the Black Hills of South Dakota, where people always randomly disappear into. Germany probably has the most famous forest in the Black Forest. Again, tales of the Brother Grimm. A lot of what we call fairy tales come from the Black Forest. I'm sure every country in Europe has their own version of it. And this just takes place in, I guess, like, Japan has the Suicide Forest. I think I might be getting that somewhat wrong. I honestly don't know. I know some South American country, I forget if it's Mexico. I don't think it's Mexico. It might be Mexico. Has the Village of the Dolls, which is kind of an abandoned village where spooky things happen. Every country and culture has its own little spooky forest. Again, here in North America, you have, to some degree, the Adirondack Mountains was a tale of Rip Van Winkle. Was it the Adirondacks or Poconos? I forget now. But yeah, it was somewhere up there. They kind of like merge somewhere. Yeah, in the Black Hills of South Dakota, every so often someone goes to and disappears. Germany definitely has continental Europe definitely has the Black Forest. I guess Ireland has this set of woods. So she goes off again. It's that spooky place. All electronics stop. Her car breaks down. She tries to look for help. She thinks she sees someone again. I will attest to this. If you are in the woods long enough, you do begin to see and hear weird things. And it's not from eating weird stuff or drinking weird stuff or smoking weird stuff. But it's just probably the human mind wants to find familiar. And like I've seen, and I swear I've seen a rabbit and it turns out to be like a tree stump or something like that. But it had that like very, from a distance, a very rabbit-esque shape. So your mind wants to, again, find that familiar thing. It's like, oh, that's not a tree stump, that's a rabbit. Like, that's cool. So she goes there, she thinks she sees someone, asks for help, and then all of a sudden her car's gone. That's a big thing for fairies to take, especially if they don't have wings, now that I think about it. But then she meets up with someone and says, hurry up, hide here. And there's a shelter. It's cast iron on 4 sides, thick plate mirror on the other. And they get watched by the fairies at night, because fairies only come out at night because the whole mythos of this part is that the fairies were banished by humans, forced to live underground. They lost their wings. Makes sense. You don't need wings to fly underground. And you probably lose your vision, skin pigment, other things that would protect you from the sun and bright light. very common, biologically speaking, in cave-dwelling animals. They're blind for the most part. And those skin pigments. There's no colors, you can't see. Your body's not going to make skin pigments. Makes good scientific sense. Again, I do have degrees in something. So then they're just watchers, told to do their basic human activities. This goes on for months because it goes very quickly from summer to winter and then to spring very quickly with not a lot happening in between. So it's the 4 people, the 1 boy, the younger woman, and the old woman. We'll get to her later. And of course the American. American says, I hate, and there's 3 rules they have to live by. Always go to the shelter at dark. Don't go into the holes. And don't turn your back to the mirror. So yeah, of course, being the American woman, she's like, screw this, I want to see what one of those burrows look like. She goes in there, takes a bike, camera, a couple other things. She broke the rules. Fairies are very upset with that. Go knocking on the door. And what we find out is that the fairies are changelings. They're shapeshifters. So they can take various forms. This is also true in other common stories. Going back to La Belle Dame Sans Merci by Keats, The Beautiful Lady Without Pity, talks about how the elven queen seduces knights and takes them away to their land, and they forget about everything. They just want to stay with her because she is utterly beautiful and a hot babe. And then we never know what happens to those said knights. Maybe the elves eat them too. Who knows? That's something to go into Keats about. But yeah, this is about the Watchers. So with that, they do find a secret room built underneath. Find the scientist or professor that actually studied fairies. Makes sense. A lot of professors actually do study ancient mythology. Not unheard of for a professor. So I know. Oh, my professor was into classical Greek and Roman mythology. Having a professor into Celtic mythology in Ireland, perfectly plausible. It makes sense. Does research on the subject. Probably has a secondary degree in English, because again, that's where a lot of those stories come from. And of course, English do like their stories. They have tapestries, manuscripts, scrolls. So yeah, that makes sense that in antiquity they would have things like that. Makes solid sense. And I do like fun movies. I also like movies that make sense. Just see my Civil War review about all the non sequitur things that I did not like about that movie, which is a whole other issue. But this is very linear. It makes sense. They do find a way to escape. They know where the boat is. Say, hey, this river, it's halfway past this point of no return. We just have to hump it all the way there. You get there, they get the boat. The one guy dies because he gets caught by the one. He gets killed. I guess that's what fairies do now because, well, humans did banish them underground. But the twist! There's the one fairy who's a daywalker. And again, if you go to European mythology, you have the vampires. There's always that one vampire that can come out during the day. Makes sense. So again, shape changer does not know. They do not know the past. They can take on the features. Again, makes sense. They can look like someone, but they might not know all that person's memories. And I want to scratch my fluffy kitty because a hobo cat showed up. Chispa, do you want to be in the video? All right, come up here. Get over here, you. Do not scratch her butt. Yep, as far as I know, this critter here could be a shapeshifter, right? Don't why you keep on giving my audience the middle claw. Ouch. Okay, I deserve that, but I'll give you a nose scratch. I did have to, it's summertime, I had to put her flea and kitty collar on her, so she can wander a little bit more when I go do yard work. Getting more on topic. Yep, so they escape. Again, the shape changers. I wonder if she knows her memories. It's right there right now. So yeah, one of the elves who's a daywalker takes the shape of the dead professor's wife, who died years ago. And they find that out. Again, she can take the shape of anyone. She gets convinced to not hate the human race, but try to live and see if there's others like her in Ireland. I guess that would be weird. And then the movie ends with her reconciling with her sister, because what happened to her is that she was traumatized. The main character, Mia, went on a road trip with her mother. She refused to lower the window. Fingers got caught in the window. Mother freaks out, does not see truck. Car hits truck. Bad news. Mother dies, and girl lives with guilt for her life until she finally reconciles with her sister at the end. Bravo. And she still did not bring the bird to the zoo. So she named the bird Darwin. It's a yellow bird, loyal. I have no idea what species on birds. I'm not an ornithologist. Big word of the day. But overall, you know what? I had an amazing time. My lady friend, again, beautiful, charming, elegant woman that she is, just made the experience great. It was a scary movie, which I like. It was a thriller. It had a nice twist in it. It made sense. There was nothing. It's like I know with Civil War, it's like, why does this country bumpkin have the same rifle setup that the Western Revolutionary in the Hawaiian shirt has, that the Kentucky redneck has, that the U.S. Army has? That and I can understand. It's like, okay, so this is a circle, and it's linear. So you have to go from point A to point B. You have to follow roads. You don't have to traverse all around. And again, my one pet peeve is that to go to New York, to Washington D.C., I don't think it's 800 miles. That's the long way, especially if it's like a war going on. You want to go from point A to point B as quickest and as safest as possible. And then I had other quibbles about that movie, like how did it start? This movie, I knew how it started. I'm like, oh, look at this spooky forest. Understand that. American girl running from past. Understand that. Given a job to do. I have a job. Understand that. Little twist there with one of them being the elves. I understand that. They go back. They explain. They show and tell at the same time, which is good. Anna was enjoyable, not overly long. I think for the middle part, the only thing is that it did get kind of long when they're doing the same thing day after day, but then they change that up and they kind of skip a whole bunch of time. Like eating crow. From what I've heard, crow has a very smoky, strong taste. And they're not necessarily the cleanest bird. Although who knows what the crows and ravens are like in Ireland. Here in America, they tend to be smoky, very pungent tasting animals, and they're not really hunted. They're more of a nuisance animal. Well, to some degree. I don't want to label them nuisance. So they do serve a very important function in the ecosystem. What else about the movie? Yep. Happy ending though, with some twist at the end. I do like that. You see shapeshifter taking the shape of a little girl, just staring up at the one person's flat, as they call it in Europe. You know what? Overall, date time was good. Movie was actually good, and I just enjoyed the company was amazing. Not my cup of tea movie, but really darn good. I'm not going to let that take away from it. This is a surf and turf movie. And that's it for another movie review. For I'm the one, the only, I am Hobo Tom. Tomorrow I work and I do have to make the wrestling predictions and give a thank you out It's going to be Clash at the Castle. I have a thank you to give out there. I wanted to keep this straight movie talk. Right down the middle. So yes. And catch my video later. I'll give what I'm doing about the weekend later because I'm not going to be able to watch Clash at the Castle. Whole other issue though. Again, my recommendation, go out and see The Watchers. Good movie, scary movie, thrilling movie. Not overly gory either, which is what I like, because in the horror movies nowadays, they're like super blood and guts. Not necessarily my thing. I can deal with it to a degree. This was good though. This is definitely an excellent date movie. Awesome. Just the right amount of everything. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll see everyone later. Bye. Oh no! The fairies got me.